Hello everybody and welcome back to The Way That I See It. My name is Lucy Superfox and this is my podcast. So today I wanted to talk to you about a concept that I actually think will change the game if you can fully master it, if you can fully get your head behind it, if you can fully really absorb what it's saying, right? You will change your life. And that is the concept of the game. And it's a game that I've played many times at home with Josh, many times just on my own. And that is a game called Imagine If. Now you can say what if that's a word that fits better with you, but imagine if or what if. And you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? Right. So first of all, this is how the principle works. Most of us are so freaking cynical and so freaking negative about so many things. What happens is we get presented with an opportunity, an idea. We have an idea ourselves we want to talk about, and we think, okay, I'm going to put it out there. We're going to sell a product. We're going to start a business. We're going to ask a new person out on a date. We want, and especially coming into the new year, right? This is a great concept for that. We think that something on the outside is going to change the game. And then what happens is we get close to the thing, whatever that looks like. And then we go, oh my God, it's not going to work. And the reason that we do that is our desperation to stay safe. And this is what happens with people's money mindset a lot of the time, is they get into the headspace of the concept that it's not going to change, that it's out of their control, it's never going to work out anyway, that they live in this paralyzed state of fear. And it's truly because they desire to feel safe. It's the fact that they don't feel safe that is why things don't happen, right? And what happens is from that place of not feeling safe is we're cynical, we're negative, we're judgmental, we're fearful. And so really where this concept about imagine if comes in is that you step into a mindset of, okay, cool. So right now, I don't believe it's possible for me, but imagine if it was. Imagine if just for 1 minute, for the purpose of this game, for writing down on a piece of paper, or writing down in your journal, what if it was? Imagine if everything worked out. Imagine if the thing that you're striving for, whether it's in your business, your relationships, whatever it is, imagine if it actually paid off. Imagine if it actually happened. Imagine if, and that the reason why I love this phrase so much is it's just if. It's not for sure. It's not for deaf. It's not trying to convince your subconscious mind that doesn't believe to believe. It's just saying, imagine if. And what I have found this exercise to do is to open up my mind to the possibilities and ways things could happen. So many of us are so attached to the outcome or the specifics or the individual thing, right? That we actually block ourselves from achieving or receiving something. And that's because we're so attached to the route which something has to happen. So as an example, if you want more money in your life, you're probably very attached to how that money's coming, where that money's coming from, who that money's coming from, and when it's coming. And what I have learned, especially when it comes to money mindset, especially when it comes to the energy around money, is that not only do we have to be in the right energy, and I'm going to talk about this more in a minute, but that we have to be open to where it comes from. And what we can do by kind of playing this game of imagine if or what if is we open our mind up to the possibilities. And examples of this I've talked about in previous podcasts, of where I've manifested money from somewhere I never would have expected. Literally today, I sold something that I've been trying to sell for 9 months, but I've really been working on manifesting a certain amount of money by a certain date, and just for fun, not for any specific reason, but just for fun. And it sold. That item sold today, and £560 landed in my bank account. And things like that. That's a mindset shift, right? And that doesn't come from the concept of fear and safety and paralysis and the money is this way and this is how money works and these are the rules and money only works. That's not how we manifest money, right? We manifest money from a state of being open, a state of flow and a state of energy. And what people misunderstand is that that money is just energy, right? Money, your results in your business, your results in your relationship, your outward life is a direct representation of your internal life. And so if your internal life is in turmoil, in stress, in trauma, in negativity, that's going to show up on the outside. If your inside life is happy, striving, growth-led, content, peaceful, that shows up on the outside. And I really believe that money is not just an expression of our, self-worth, but also really around a self-expression of who we are in general. Because often I find that I manifest money when I'm fully in my best entrepreneurial flow. And it's not because I have the best ideas or because I'm the best entrepreneur, or because I'm an inventor, but actually just because when I'm in flow, when I'm in my peak state, like I'm my fullest myself, what then happens is I become the person that I need to be the match for the thing that I want. I become a match for the amount of money. I become a match for the experience. I become a match for whatever it is I want, right? And this is where the game Imagine If can really facilitate that, because the game Imagine If just opens up that subconscious mind a little bit to think, well, actually, imagine if it did happen. Imagine if everything did work out. Imagine if the money did come. Imagine if I did get to have that trip. And what that allows you to do is step into temporarily the energy of being a match. The energy of being a match to the thing that you want. And I think that's something that sometimes is really hard to wrap your head around, is that we live in this mindset that I am not this person or I am this person. And sometimes we live in this state of like false deservedness, where we want something and therefore we believe we should be able to have it. And look, I'm all about intrinsic worth. I've said this 1,000 times. We're all born worthy, right? It's our subconscious conditioning that knocks that out of us. But there's also a sense of deservedness that comes with that feeling of striving for something, that feeling of working for something, that feeling of intentionally manifesting. And when we have this sense of deservedness because we just want it, what happens is, number one, deep down, we have that self-conscious knowing that we don't actually feel like we deserve it. And number two, our energy just gives off this negative vibe. And I know this might sound a bit woo-woo for my more practical, podcast followers right now, but what I want you to know is that we've all walked into a room and felt that room is negative. We've all walked into a room and felt that room is positive. And that is really down to the energy and the vibration, not down to whether or not the room is cold or warm or the lights are on or the lights are off, right? It is always down to the energy of the people in the room, because we're all vibrating, right? We are all energy. Everything in the universe is energy. And so I think that's a great example of really showcasing what energy means, is that feeling when you walk into a room, how do you feel? And when you think about that, when people walk into a room with you, or you walk into a room, what energy you bring into the table, that will tell you what energy state you're living in. And most people are living in the same energy state, day on day, week on week, year on year, month on month. And as a result, nothing's changing. And so if you want to actually change your financial reality, it comes down to not only changing the way that you think about money, but the way you feel about money, but also the match that you are for money. And that comes down to the vibration and energy. And this is why the mini money mindset course was created, right? Is purely for this reason, to give you the tools to transform your current reality from somebody who is right now thinking negative and cynical and fearful to somebody who lives in a place of Imagine If, somebody lives in a place of hope and aspiration. And I think what happens is we live in such a factual, instantaneous gratification world that we think if we want something that doesn't happen tomorrow, that there's something wrong with us, or we're broken, or it doesn't work. And actually, I really believe the biggest key in all of these things is becoming a match for the things that you desire, and especially around money. And when you play with the concept of Imagine If, what that allows you to do is temporarily, because you're explorative and you're open, become a match for the thing that you're talking about. And that is what the mini money mindset course is all about. It's about lining up with the things that you want. It's about transforming your mindset, the way you think, but also the energy and the way you feel to line up and become available, not only for what you want, but what you desire and the next level life as a whole, and really step into that on a more permanent basis. And so if there's nothing else that you take away, like if right now you're like, oh, Luce, I'm not sure, maybe it's a bit too far a stretch for me, just play the game. Just get a notebook out and write down, imagine if it all worked out. And there'll be something right now in your life that you want to work out, whether it's a relationship, a business, a financial goal, a body goal. Just write down, imagine if it all worked out, and just let yourself journal out how it would feel if it all worked out. And I promise you, the transformation in how you feel in that short couple of minutes will show you how you are not a match, or how you are a match, depending on how you feel, for the thing that you're talking about. So if you're in that moment are thinking, like, it doesn't feel like good, it doesn't feel stressed, it shows you're not a match. If actually you feel like, oh my God, yeah, this could totally happen, it shows how close you are to being a match for the thing that you want. And by playing that game, you open up your subconscious mind, you open up opportunities, and you open up a different way of thinking. So that's it for this short week's podcast. Make sure to check out the Mini Money Mindset course if you haven't already. It is open till the 22nd of November 2022. And I am freaking buzzing. Like, the number of people that have signed up has blown my mind already. I don't know, there's just something about it that I just felt really called to deliver this course. I felt really called that, based on my experience, especially over the last kind of 10 months, that my financial reality has transformed. Like, I have multiplied my earnings by like 5 on a consistent basis. And I've done that purely because not only, number one, did I invest in my own personal growth and development, But number two, because what I decided to do is become a match for the things that I wanted. And so all I teach in this course is simply the things that I've done to become a match for the things that I want. And what I realized is that actually, if somebody has done the thing that you want to do, right, whether it's make money, secure a certain thing in business, have a relationship, whatever it is, then there's something about them that you can learn from them. And that's the way I've always seen it, is I have the ability to learn from mentors, whether I pay for their work, whether I get their free content, like obviously you're getting here with this podcast. But if you actually do what they tell you, you're probably going to end up in a better place, because they are teaching you things that come from their lessons. And that's what Mini Money Mindset is truly the transformational story and journey that I have been on with money over the last really 6 years, but also over the last 10 months specifically, and the lessons that I've learned to multiply my business and my life so fast that almost I sometimes have to catch myself. So if you haven't already, make sure to check that out. The Mini Money Mindset course is really for the people who are sick of having never enough. They want to have enough. They not only that, they want to have more than enough. They're ready to have a life of abundance. They're ready to have a life of choices, and they're ready to fucking do something about it. So make sure to check that out, lucysuperfox.com/courses, and you scroll down to the mini bundles and you click on the little button and it will take you through. The price, as always, at the moment is $333. For all my mini courses are $333. They're all available on a 3-month payment plan of $111. Love a bit of numerology, as you can see, little level of a tattoo there. So make sure to check them out. Like I said, 3-month payment plan available of $111. So have the most beautiful week, and I will see you on the next episode.